password and stuff. I kind of thought you would. So here's where I go. Let's see. We got one person on Facebook. 2 people. Alrighty, guys, we're just going live again. We got the cell that's popped up in Cass County here. Kind of watched this kind of build as we were driving home earlier, but got home, got some stuff done, and now we're here to watch this storm. So haven't really looked that much into it yet, but we'll get it going here. A couple other things set up here. Yes, basically I just use so the chat will come over here when people say something. But I like to use this to make sure there's somebody out there. So because you can see who's viewing it and on what platform. So yeah. So all right, just want to get on here real quick, give a little update on this severe warm storm that's in Cass County, right around Garden City area. It actually looks like it blossomed up, had a pretty decent sized hail core on it. And now just kind of looking at that last image right there, it may be on a transition or a weakening phase right there. But this is first time looking at the data. So as I'm looking through this, it's first time looking at it. You guys are seeing it for the first time too, just like me. And another slow moving one, 15 miles an hour. And there's saying 1.25 inch, $half size with 60 mile per hour winds. Kind of the theme for the night. Seems like everything we've had has been about that size. So I'm going to flip over to the cameras here so we can take a look at the north-facing camera out of Dayton, and then the radar is going to be on the bottom left. I can actually make this radar image a little bit bigger there too. Go through and do this so we can kind of see how things are looking here. All right. Here we go. Hopefully you guys can see everything right there. Kind of cutting off some of the screen there, but I think you can see the storm, see the lightning from it. Let's kind of look and see what that hail core is looking like. So this last updated at 6 minutes ago, and then it was just to the east of Z Highway, north of N Highway, and moving east at roughly about 15 miles an hour. So this is kind of looks like it's going to go down basically N Highway north up to Laetour area. So Quick City, Laetour, Rose Hill, over by Medford area is kind of looking at the direction. But this thing's moving slow, so it's going to take an hour to get over by Quick City. Actually, over an hour. 15 miles an hour is not very quick. Right now, that's going to be the only cell in the area. The other ones that were severe warned earlier this evening, they have kind of basically fizzled out completely. They're not there anymore at all. So we got this one up here by Cass County, Garden City area on the eastern side there, into the southwest side of Johnson County and northwest side of Henry County. So even Creighton and Yerrick, I would kind of keep an eye out on this. It could easily take a southerly track. Right now it's predicted to go basically due east with a little bit of a northern movement to it. We have one more storm up here by Lansing, Kansas, Parkville area, and that thing's been sitting up there for a while. Not really expecting that one to make it down here. It's just this one in Cass County that's going to be the one that we need to pay attention to. Go back to high res. I'm going to put a dual screen on here, see if that has a. I didn't mean to go to rotation or velocity. No rotation. They're not expecting anything tornadic or anything like that. I don't have a face cam right now, which I don't think we'll need because we have 2 different things up already. But so much happened on the screen already. You don't need my distraction on there. But the camera's still in the car from when we were in the car earlier. No, didn't bring that in. So if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to put it in chat so I know to answer them. But we're just going to stay basically focused on this until either intensifies and we're here for a while, or since we've lost a lot of the heat of the day, if it starts weakening and gets below severe limits, we'll be on until this thing's out of here. They may have shortened that box up just a little bit, so it looks like it is more than likely it's going to go north of Creighton and north of Urick. So kind of right along the county lines there between Henry and Johnson in the highway area. But this helicore looks to be going right around 283rd and O'Bannon. It's going to be the biggest, or the biggest heli. And actually, I think Little Road and 275th to O'Bannon area has a good chance of seeing some decent size hail, probably up to about a quarter size. And we've seen that, or we found some earlier. I think we posted it on our page earlier, but we found some right around quarter sized hail that had been sitting there for a little bit, so it's probably a little bit bigger. It had melted a little bit before we got to it, but that was north of Clinton. Also trying to watch the cloud structure and during each lightning strike there. Did I tell you I went out there and tried to move these cameras to face up further, and you can't? Yeah. If they're already like tilted all the way up, but if you turn them, like flip them over, then it opens it up for water damage.
Oh.
Yeah, so I can't even flip them over. So I got to get different cameras to actually see more of the sky, not so much of the ground. Yeah, or you're gonna bend the pole,
Well,
turn into Hulk, and just bend that back a little bit. But I don't see that happening. I'd give it a best shot though. Alrighty. Well, who all's in here? I'd say we've got 4 to 5 people total. Wouldn't mind just put a comment in there, say where you're from or whatever, if you want to. Obviously, don't need to. We're gonna be here either way, whether there's nobody on or we have 100 people on. While I'm sitting here, I'll also look at potentially tomorrow. Also, if you're in the area of the storm and you get underneath one of these cells, actually this is the one cell, and you get any decent sized hail or anything like that, feel free to put it in or send it to us, and then we can put it on stream and show people what you guys got. But make sure to put like a reference, like a quarter or something in there, so we can tell what size it is. But any kind of reports or anything like that is beneficial. I know a few people up in that area. I don't know if they're watching right now or not, but if you're from this area and you know somebody up there just to the north of Garden City, that's going to be kind of impacted by this hail, it could be up. Let's see what they're saying now. Still about inch and a quarter. It's moving east at about 15 miles an hour. I wish we could have got like a 2 minute before that picture.
I know.
Is that 2 minutes before that picture? It wasn't much. Yeah. Are you posting it to the page? Right. So this storm that we're looking at, we watched this on the way home from being on the road earlier. So we kind of watched it to where it really wasn't much besides just a few little clouds to it starting to tower up, getting those cumulus clouds going. And then all of a sudden, the updraft, the storm of this just blossomed, and it blew up pretty quick. So we didn't initially get the pictures of it being a real small thing, but we got a few pictures or a couple pictures, and then we got what the radar looked like at that time when we took the picture. So we're going to post that on the page. And then I think we also posted the reel for the hill and all of that we found earlier. And then hopefully we'll get some more footage put up from being on the road this afternoon. But here we got good internet, so I can stay live. So this is gonna be out of Garden this in city limits of Garden City. It's gonna be just to the east and northeast of there, and the biggest threat for hell is gonna be northeast of Garden City. It's gonna be east of Z Highway, kind of right along 2 Highway and south all the way to about 299th. So right around O'Bannon and 283rd, and north to 2 Highway between O'Bannon Little Road area. I don't know if you can see that on this. I'm trying to describe it and give a lot there. But yeah, let's see if I'll transition back over to this. And I'm also going to change cameras. No, that's not the right button. Where's going on the Creighton camera? Really, that one, and I think I could point the Creighton camera further up. All right, so now we got the radar back full screen. You can kind of see the area I'm talking about. Here's a little road going down on the left side of the right image, and then 2 highways up here, and then here's O'Bannon and 285th. So right in that area is going to be the biggest threat for hail currently. So why did the radar? That's weird. All right, so looking back at the Creighton camera, I'm not totally sure why we lost the radar there, though. And we're going to go back over here. I'm going to fix that so we can get it back to where it needs to be. Okay, so don't have that. Oh, it's capturing it twice. There we go. I don't know why it captured it twice, but it did. It captured the camera twice. So we're looking northwest on the Creighton, and then you also have the radar on the bottom left there. So we're going to put this in motion. It's kind of weird because it didn't look like Calhoun got that much. But, you're just looking at radar, but it is blowing that direction out of the storm. That makes sense, yeah, because I think it just went just south of Calhoun. Oh shoot, maybe we should have went down CC Highway if we wouldn't have passed it twice. Yeah, we're just gonna watch some lightning here. This is still severe warned for another 12 minutes, and that is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. And this thing actually slowed down. It's 10 miles an hour. It's only moving at 10 miles an hour now. It was 15 earlier. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically gonna take an hour to go from. Well, it's 7 miles between Garden City and Creighton. So basically, Garden City to here, it could take an hour. Yeah. When it usually takes, 13 minutes? Driving? Yeah. Yeah, so it's still inch and a quarter size hail on this. And it does look to be weakening, though. weakening, transitioning. We've had those storms earlier. They kept transitioning. The one of them just kept it build up, it would kind of weaken. It would build up again, it would kind of weaken. This one up north, up by Lansing, Parkville area, it's just been sitting there for a while and it's not moving. And this is saying southeast at 10 miles an hour. I'd be willing to bet, like I'd bet on that not moving even 10 miles an hour. That thing's been there for a long time. Okay, so built up and split. So I seen it a little bit earlier, earlier, and then really wasn't watching it much. And then when this one started, kind of watched that, got some stuff done and things like that. I thought this wasn't a whole nother cell over here, but that would make more sense. I guess I could just put the radar to go back far enough and be able to look at it. So we're not getting as much lightning out of this on the cameras out of the cell, which also tells me it's starting to on the weakening or transitioning phase. So we're going to continue watching this. And actually, just south of Creighton, looks like it's kind of expanding a little bit further south too. So we'll watch that for a little bit. I'm going to switch back over. There we go. We'll look on the east camera. York may get some rain after all. May not be much. I don't know if it has enough. It's gonna have enough time. Well, if it's only moving 10 miles an hour, it probably does have time. So wake me up in about an hour, and I'll let you. That's usually he usually sits in that chair when I'm on the computer. Yeah, if you're not here, and typically I leave that open so he can. He just jumped right on up there and curled up and going to sleep. Going to sleep, Tatters. What camera do we put up? Well, here we'll just watch them all for a second. Well, can't. I'll have the radar set up. Oh, go to the north one. Put the north one back up. It's seeming to get a little bit more of that lightning feed on there. So the helicore is shrinking on this. I think this storm is probably in the weakening phase. I'm just thinking because we're losing the heat of the day. We're losing some of the dynamics to keep this storm going. We'll see what it does. And also, kind of the theme was if you had kind of two parts of a storm, they would just go back and forth and on who gets priority over what. Which one becomes the dominant cell? There we go. Oh yeah, that core is really weakened as it's getting close to Cass County, Johnson County line. So right around Lake Tour, just south of Lake Tour area, southwest. So coming up on ZZ Highway. So they may allow this thunderstorm warning to expire in 6 minutes. May. Actually, looks like Creighton may have gotten some rain. Well, south of Creighton may have gotten some rain. It may still miss Uric. To give Luke a real answer or not? Luke asked, "What's the storm doing in Garden City?" B Lane be like, "I don't know. Ask it." He's right. Well, look, it's past Garden City now. It's going to be to the east. It's getting close to county line over there. I'm assuming you may have been over there earlier, over in that area, if you went on that call they had earlier. That one. 1040 ish. So that's the problem is I don't have a way to flag. Like I can go back and take a snapshot, but I got to rewind. Then you have to go to the other thing. They drove home in this storm. Yeah. Did you get any hail on that? Well, maybe it filled that tanker for you. Ooh. Clean the bugs off. Heck yeah. Not like we wash them anyway. Oh, I bet that truck doesn't, man. Hello, Misty. It's good to have you here. I don't know if you're around the area right now, but kind of give a recap for anybody that has joined in the past few minutes. We have one severe warned thunderstorm. It's kind of getting ready to exit Cass County. It's on the eastern side of Cass County, moving into Johnson County, and then into the northwest corner of Henry County. And this is going to be for up to 1.25 inch hail with 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. And I bet that's going to be updated when this. I think this severe thunderstorm warning is going to be allowed to expire, and it's just going to be a really strong thunderstorm. For what? Is it NVA? I'm going to mute it real quick, guys. Alrighty, I'm back. So for Garden City, within city limits, the storm's passed, and it doesn't look like there's anything else coming behind it. But these storms are they're just kind of forming on their own. There's not really a mechanism that's going to create like a line like we have seen in the past so far this year. So there could be pop up storms off and on through the night, and I think even tomorrow. I haven't looked at the data for tomorrow yet, but for Garden City area should be clear for a while at least. Just can't speak for sure overnight. There's still that chance throughout the night. It's just not as high the longer you go into the night there. Kind of weird way of saying that, but so for the severe thunderstorm warning, it's like I was saying, it's on the east side of Cass County, moving into the west side of Johnson County. and we'll see if they're going to extend this severe thunderstorm warning or if they're going to allow that to expire completely. Misty, it is a pretty good looking storm. We've had a few of them today. There was a couple that started kind of down here by El Dorado Springs, over by Rich Hill, and it took about 3 hours to move, three and a half hours to move about from Rich Hill area all the way over towards Coal Camp before they finally fizzled out. But they were also working with the heat of the day too, so I really don't expect this one to stay severe warned after they after in the next minute. I would say that this is going to expire. And then we do have the ones up in Kansas City, northwest Kansas City. Got some storms in northeast. Those aren't severe warned at all. Then we have some up by I-70 Marshall area. Marshall one could be. There's really not a whole lot of hail in that, so they probably won't severe warn that. But it look, yeah. So right now that severe thunderstorm warning down here for Cass County, Johnson, and Henry County has been allowed to expire. We'll give it a few minutes here. Make sure it's going to continue on the weakening phase, and it could be going through just a little transition too. So we'll stay live for just a few more minutes here and watch this. And if it doesn't have any other severe thunderstorm warnings put on it, and there's nothing else in the area, then it'll be a pretty short stream right now. There's one out here in Kansas over by Welda and Garnett. I was gonna say Garnett first, but Welda sounded cool. Yeah, Welda. These storms aren't moving very fast. If you get underneath them, you're going to get some pretty decent rain, especially at dark. You're probably not going to be able to see much. I think you're all going to fall asleep over there in that chair, aren't you? Yeah, so the camera view that we're looking at is the north one out of Dayton, Missouri. And it's just getting some lightning strikes. Really, maybe around Gun City had some decent winds earlier, but about the only area that would have had any potential damaging winds. Does anybody in here have any questions or comments or anything that we can answer? You are seeing the lightning from the ones up north too. Looked like there was some back in on the left side of the screen here a second ago. And it may have just been that. It just looked like I look away and then another one. So I think it's on that left. I think it's on the left side of the screen, but I'm not looking at it when it happens. Okay. Yeah, the right side would be this storm that we've been watching. I don't think anybody has any questions. People are in here. We got Tim, I seen you in here. I don't know if you're going to get any business off these storms, though. I don't think that hail's quite big enough. At least in this area. Down south and southeast of here, they got pretty large. It was right around golf ball size. On the left side? Okay. Okay, so lightning on the left side is going to be up toward in those storms that are up by Kansas City. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell the difference. But, so when you're watching this on Restream, it is delayed to say the least. Until you refresh it. I used to try to watch that to make sure it was like actually streaming and things were working, and I was like, that's not right now. But look. Oh, okay. Looking at a different part there. All right, we're just watch this a little bit longer. It looks like it may have been going through a cycling phase there too. And it also it looks like that southern side of that may be kind of taken over just to the northeast of Creighton there. So we'll watch it, see what it does, and kind of go from there. Get some thunder here at home now too. Pretty good one. Get 2 or 3 seconds worth. I can see what the models are saying for the rest of the night here. If I would click off of snowfall totals. Right. Man, if I would have clicked through that and went the whole 48 hours and there was a total on there. Oh, right. Levy, I don't know, man. I just opened the blind and I can't see because the lights are on. I didn't hear any rain, so if it rained, it didn't rain much. Right. So just kind of looking at some model data for overnight into tomorrow morning. Some scattered storms. Some could turn severe. I would kind of lean towards just some strong scattered storms throughout the area for the overnight hours, and really not in areas that have already been hit. There is a couple here and there, but doesn't look like anything necessarily to worry about or stay awake about. And then looking into tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon is looking kind of like the same thing. Just some scattered stuff in the area for it to, yeah, basically tomorrow afternoon, maybe some stuff overnight in the morning, just some scattered stuff through for the next 24 hours or so. Just getting into Saturday. Saturday may be a little bit more on that, but still just scattered, and it looks like kind of light scattered stuff. That's just one model. Let me look at the next one here. So one model has it kind of blossoming up and being pretty big overnight tonight as far as the coverage, not necessarily big storms, but coverage for area. So I'm kind of leaning more towards the other one though. That's not showing, but some scattered stuff throughout the night and into tomorrow. And this is basically kind of showing the same thing, just scattered stuff. I don't know how many times I said that right there though. So rain for about 10 minutes hard in Garden City. And then nothing else. Yeah, and you may not get any more the rest of the night, Jody. But you can't rule it out when there's no real big mechanism that's causing this. So that's why it's so scattered, and it's kind of hard to pinpoint where storms are going to form, when they will, and when they'll start to weaken and stuff like that. It's kind of a difficult thing to do. The models don't handle it very well because one model shows just thunderstorms throughout Cass County, Henry County, Johnson County at about 1 a.m. So I guess that's still possible. That's just one of the models, though. The other one doesn't have but a couple scattered storms. So I just realized I can put users in timeout. Only on the YouTube side, though. It actually has a button where I can put people in timeout. All right, and this thing still isn't completely out of Cass County yet. So, alrighty, guys. Well, this does not appear to me like it's going to go severe warned or gain in strength anytime soon, but we'll continue monitoring it. I think we're going to go ahead and call it a stream for now. Right now, the only severe warnings are way up north, up by Liberty, just to the east of Liberty, Excelsior Springs, Richmond area. Then that same one over back here in Lansing, northwest Kansas City. So I think we're gonna go ahead and call it for the night. We'll continue watching this, and if it changes, we'll be back live. But other than that, I think we're gonna try to get a night's sleep tonight, and kind of go from there. So I'll be up for a little while watching it though. But if you guys do have any questions or anything like that, feel free to post it on our Facebook page. I'll still check that off and on for a little while now. So, but other than that, do appreciate everyone being in here.